Wait, now you got me confused. Where were you before when you had the accident? What city?
Oh, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, yeah.
Oh, you're originally from Ted Kennedy's backyard.
In New Bedford, yeah.
Oh, you're in an old whaling. You were originally from an old whaling town.
I used to work security in 1978, and I got a story about Bonnie Frank, too.
I don't want to hear it. Really, this is a family show, Ed. We can't go there. You know we're in the end of times when a man of that low caliber has such power over the financial reins of America.
I know it.
Let me ask you something. One last question in your impression, because you're a realist. Let us say that Barney Frank was put in jail for what he's been doing, found guilty in jail, and he comes out after 2 years, and he's stripped of his pension. He has to make a living. What job would Barney Frank be qualified for, given that he's never worked for a living in his life? He's always been a politician. What could he actually do?
I see him slobbering as a shoe salesman, fitting shoes on fat ladies.
Oh, you're bad. Because the minute you say shoe salesman, we all get an image of a guy in his kneeling down in a shoe store looking upwards, correct?
Yeah, that's it. And being disgusted at the women.
No, we can't go there. We're not in the bar right now, Ed.
All right. Okay.
So wait a minute. Wait, you got my attention here. It's a relaxed show today, Ed. You got in an accident. You used to drink with these guys in Massachusetts?
That's right. In Gloucester. That's where we docked. We docked in Gloucester.
But I was asking you. You came out to Phoenix, and Phoenix is a big one-way destination for people who are hiding. It used to be. But why would anyone want to go to Phoenix? I'm trying to figure out.
Right. It's like the death knell, right? Okay, thanks for that, Mike. No.
I mean, I didn't mean exactly that way, although I'm implying it. It's hot. You got desert. There's no water there. What's there for a person?
You know something, Mike? You got to look at it.
Here, let me break it down for you. My mother, may she rest in peace. I told the story 100 times on the show. In her last years, no matter what I would say to her, I wrote a book, I had another child, whatever, she'd say, that's nice. The Chinese food was no good last night. She was always giving me So at the end, I used to get really pissed at her till I realized there was wisdom in it. At the end of your life, all you care about is whether the Chinese or Italian is any good. Which brings me back to Phoenix. Can you get a decent Italian meal in Phoenix?
No, I remember the conversations with your mother, Mike. I remember.
Oh, God bless. No, but really, can you get it? Chinese you can't get in Phoenix.
You can't get nothing. You can't get nothing.
You got Arby's. You got IHOP.
You were talking about Florida, and Florida is the absolute worst, if you ask me.
Oh, my God. It's a swamp. Yeah, but in Arizona, if you ask for, chicken chow mein, you're getting rattlesnake chow mein.
No, steak, Mike, here, steak. Beef.
That's what you can get beef? Where's it come from?
You can get a good steak here.
Can?
That's an axiom. Yeah,
Thank God, yeah. The Arizona, what was that state called? I used to read Arizona Highways when I was living in New York and dream of going there. I ran out of time, my friend. Have a good day. I'll be back.
Eloquent in their own way.
Armstrong and Getty. Weekday morning 6 to 10. Talk 910 KNEW.
1-800-449-8255, michaelsavage.com. AJ in Houston, it's your turn. Go ahead, please.
Mike, I'm furious. I'm pissed. As a black man, see, you can't say it, but I'm going to say it. Michael, this man perpetrating as being a black man, he making us look bad. A black man will never get up there again, and then you get that stupid Al Sharpton up there talking about Michael Jackson open up doors for black men. Is he stupid or stupid? Nat King Cole, Martin Luther King, Jackie Robinson. Is that man crazy or crazy? Michael, we got to take this country back, and I talk to these, I'm so sorry, Mike, I got to go off, these ignorant black folks that don't pay attention to what they voted for. I'm bashing them every day, my family, all of them. I'm like, what did you vote for him for? Why?
AJ, don't waste your breath with ignoramuses. Don't do it. And be particular whose insults you take to heart. These are two things that I've learned in my life. Do not try to convert people in your family who are too ignorant to understand the world they're living in, because you're only going to give yourself agita, as they say in Italian. And number two, if they insult you back, AJ, be particular whose insults you take to heart. In other words, if I insulted you, you should take it to heart, AJ. But if one of your ignorant relatives insults you, don't even take it to heart. You follow me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But they make me so sick that it's, Michael, just take a look.
Well, you got to be like me, AJ. You got to stop talking to everybody and just get yourself a dog. I talked about a fox being killed by a car. It died slowly, and the mother barking and crying for it all night looking for her baby. And I said I felt more compassion for a dying rabid fox than I did for the death of Michael Jackson. And I think that I touched on a raw nerve because I think most of America felt the way I did. And I believe that it was the others, those people you were talking about, who were gulled by the government media complex, AJ. God bless you. Thanks for calling. I guess you could say living well is the best revenge. What am I going to do tonight after the show is over? What I do every night. God willing, I will have dinner and I will drink. But tonight I will drink more than I drank last night, even though last night I had one beer, not more than one beer, actually. I think tonight I'm going to go a little further. I'm starting to get a nightmare view of what's coming in this country. I'm getting a nightmare view of a government that is out of control. I'm getting a nightmare view of a government that we will wake up to one day which says, I have signed a treaty with, fill in the blank. I have agreed with the United Nations, fill in the blank. In order that we achieve and maintain peace around the world, we are asking you to voluntarily give up your guns. I have agreed with the United Nations that anyone who earns over, fill in the blank, is a pig, and that pig must now turn over his property in order for the betterment of humanity. I can make it up. I can fantasize. I can theorize. I can strategize. I can capitalize on your fears. But let me tell you something. What I am talking about today is based upon cold, white-knuckled reality. Your president told you that while you were dancing at Michael Jackson's gold coffin, a talentless imp who had not produced a record in 20 years that anyone knows of, the media gulled you. They produced a mass hysteria. And like minnows caught up in an outgoing tide, you went along with it. Who was the only one in the media telling you that there was something up as to why the media was drawing you to L.A. in the funeral? Who was the one who told you, why is the president going to Russia? What's going on here? What's happening? Why is he giving away America's nuclear superiority in Moscow? Now, I want to back up for a minute because I have a fairly good knowledge of this subject, although I'm only able to speak in sound bites and speak in short bursts of brilliance. There's a great deal of knowledge behind each of my sentences and statements. You may not know it, but George Bush Sr. did a similar thing. That's correct. Not the dyslexic son, but the rather calculating, brilliant father. In his time in office, disassembled all of our neutron bombs. And the reason I know this is because the inventor of the neutron bomb, Sam Cohen, was on this program when I was a local talk show host. I don't know how long this has to be, 10 years ago. And Sam Cohen said to me almost with tears that the Pope gave him the highest award for creating a weapon that would produce the least amount of damage and end the war most quickly, which is the neutron bomb. Meaning, it kills only living matter. It doesn't destroy cities. Now you say, well, what's the advantage to that? Because the way wars are fought is that whoever loses more people first gives up. I don't think you understand what this means. That if we permit Russia to gain nuclear superiority over us, it doesn't matter whether we have 5,000 weapons left and they have 7,000, they can simply destroy us by threatening to use their weapons. And with a pacifist socialist such as Obama, he's just liable to say, we lose, don't fire the weapons, what do you want us to do? Do you understand what I just said to you? Let me put it in another context, because many of you are rightly concerned, but on the other hand, you say, what's wrong with giving up nuclear weapons? We have so many of them. We have 16,000 and we give up, 4,000. What's the big deal? We still have 12,000. It's enough to wipe out the world. Classic communist illogic. This is how they led you to believe that we really only needed one nuclear weapon to protect ourselves. If we needed any at all, one. After all, one hydrogen bomb can destroy all of Russia. You say, well, what do you need more than that? Let's go down to reality. Two gangs meet up on a street corner. And one gang has 50 guns. The other gang has 30 guns. And they're all of the same caliber. And they face each other off. And the gang leader with the 50 guns says, you know, a lot of our men are going to die, and this is unnecessary. I'm a man who does not like bloodshed, but we have our needs that must be met. We're going to win. A lot of my men are going to die, but almost all of your men are going to die. We're going to wipe you out. We have 50 guns. You have 30 guns. So we're going to ask you to give us what we want without us firing a shot. And guess what happens? San Francisco, Martin, KNEW, welcome to the program. What's on your mind?
I'm Martin, and I'm a chef now, and I was in the Army. I always liked loud noises. I used to shoot with a shotgun when I was 12 years old. And I was in the
So
Army.
you like loud noises, but what about when you're a chef?
Well, a chef, what my point was, the reason why you want it quiet is you want a certain ambiance to enjoy good food. If it's good, it's good. Well,
I cannot eat around noise. I can't even eat around conversation.
Yeah, but you want it quiet to enjoy. You want a certain level of quiet.
Well, let's talk about this as human beings.